All right, everybody, welcome to term 2. We made it. I don't know if you thought we were going to make it. I thought we were going to make it this far, so we're really happy to be here. Start with a couple of action items for you. The first thing I want you to do, I don't know if you knew this, but Cedar Valley High School has a YouTube channel where you can go and you can find not only these JetTalks, but you can find some of the other awesome videos that people in our school have put out there. So go find Cedar Valley High School on YouTube and subscribe to that channel so you can get back in and check up on these things. Review the JetTalks from first quarter so you can remind yourself about being more consistent and building a great foundation, stretching your comfort zone, and other awesome topics that are going to help you be your best. Another action item for you. Here in second quarter, I'm going to challenge you to get a journal out and start writing down some of the great ideas you're having. You're having a lot of great ideas about how to make yourself better, make things better in your life, maybe some awesome inventions or other projects you want to work on. Get out a journal and write it down, because when you write it down, it makes it more real. So go get it, get the journal out, and start taking notes, start writing down some of the awesome ideas that you have. All right. I don't know if you know who Elon Musk is, the guy that founded Tesla. He's also started SpaceX. I love Elon Musk for one reason and one reason alone. That dude knows how to fail. SpaceX blows up so many rockets. I don't know if you've ever watched any of the videos. They're really pretty cool, where they're trying stuff out. They're trying to fly stuff up into space and then land it back down on the ground. And in the process, they're blowing a lot of crap up. So if you want some fun, check it out. But I love that dude because he loves to make a mistake. And I know that sounds really weird because we're kind of brought up in this culture where mistakes are bad and we don't want to make any mistakes and we never want to screw up and we never want to fail. Guess what? Failure is the path to success. And so I'm going to show you a little something to help you as you go into second term, coming off of first term. Maybe you feel like you didn't do so great on something. Maybe you got good grades, but you know that you didn't do your best work. Or maybe you put stuff off to the end. You had some kind of thing that you messed up, mistakes you made. Let's take a look at the learning cycle. Now, the learning cycle is going to pop up here on the screen. It's going to stay up there for a while so you can get it written down in your notes. But the learning cycle just has this pattern where you start, you struggle, you fail, and then you fix things. And it just works in this cycle. Start, struggle, fail, and fix. And if you can get that learning cycle in your head, you don't look at mistakes as a big bad thing. You just look at them as a necessary part of the learning cycle for you to grow and become the best that you could be. So our takeoff questions center around this learning cycle and how you can use it to become the best person that you can be. So takeoff question number 1, how can you embrace your mistakes and use them as opportunities to learn and grow? It's such an important mentality, and that's the mentality they have at SpaceX. When they fail a rocket, when they blow up a rocket, when they don't land that rocket, they don't look at it as a failure. They look at it as, okay, what can we learn from that, and how can we make it better the next time? And so when they blow something up, it's not thought of as a bad thing. And really famous rich people understand this. Ray Dalio, I don't know if you know who he is. He runs a great company. He's a billionaire in and of himself with his investments and things. He actually gets more mad at his people when they hide mistakes than when they share the mistakes that they make. And so the mistakes are what they use to fuel their growth and become even more wealthy than they are, make more money for their investors, make more money for their company. So how can you use those mistakes and embrace them as opportunities to learn and grow? That's a great question for you to dig into as you look at the mistakes that you've made. Second question, where have you succeeded and now need to push to the next level? Because as you look at that learning cycle, you start, you struggle, you fail, and you fix. Well, what happens when it goes great? What happens when you start and you get through the struggle and then you succeed? Well, that's a great indication that you're ready to stretch your comfort zone and go to the next level. If stuff's too easy, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. So when you get to the place where you find success, how can you make it even better? Because we know you're great. There's so many things you guys do really, really well. What we want to know is, how can you make it even better? Think about all the great things that you could do if you'd push yourself just a little bit. Stop being afraid of mistakes and challenge yourself and build on those successes to make them even greater successes. So keep pushing yourself on that. Now, takeoff question 3, there's actually a twin that goes along with it, so it's questions 3 and 4. What's a recent failure or mistake that you can work on fixing? And how can you start fresh with what you've learned? So take a look at the past quarter and find a mistake that you've made. Maybe there's something you did in first quarter, you're like, you know what, I really could have done better on that. I could have studied harder, could have been more consistent with doing my work. What's a mistake that you've made, okay? And how can you work on fixing it? Okay? How can you make that thing a little bit better? And then now that we've got a fresh quarter to start out with, how can you start fresh and keep pushing? How can you start again and then struggle through to success? So that's what I want you thinking about here at the start of the second quarter now. We've made it here. This is awesome. We honor you for getting to this point. We honor you for the struggle that you've gone through. We know a lot of you really struggle with stuff, and I honor you just for being here today, because for some people, getting out of bed in the morning is just really, really hard. So if that's you, good job. Okay? If you put your phone down and you were listening, good job. Okay? That's really embracing the learning cycle. So keep doing those things that are hard. We honor you for doing those things. We know that you do them. Keep it up. We love you. We believe in you. We're proud of you. Go get them in second term Cedar Valley.